and welcome to my classroom away from my classroom. Today, we're going to discuss citizenship. Now, there are three things we're going to discuss about citizenship: how you get citizenship, how you lose citizenship, and a few other facts about citizenship. Let's begin with how you get citizenship. You earn it in three ways, or receive it in three ways: by blood, by toil, by soil. If you earn citizenship by blood, one or both parents are already citizens of the country where you receive citizenship from. Most countries around the world honor citizenship by blood. Second way you can earn it is through toil. This is also called naturalization. Naturalization has many steps and takes multiple years, and for some people, it never happens, even if they wanted to. The first step for naturalization is to enter the country and state your intent. The second step for naturalization is to live in the country for 5 years. You must live in the country for 5 years. If you're married, you have to live in the country for 3 years. At that point, if you're 18 and have lived in your current state of residence for at least 3 months, you may put in your second application. This application starts a round of background checks and in-depth interviews, and it's exhausting. They want to make sure you're not a criminal. If you pass your background check, you have 3 more steps that you must complete. You have to go through an interview, because even though they have now proven that you are not a criminal in the past, they want to make sure that you're not coming into America with the intent to begin criminal activity. If you pass that, you have to take a written test about American democracy and American history. It's pretty in-depth. If you pass the test, then you get to take your oath of allegiance. For some, it takes 6 or 7 years. If they have all their ducks in a row, if there's no skeletons in their closet, then they can be naturalized in 6 or 7 years. For others, it takes 10, 11, 12, or never happens, because they don't have their ducks in a row, or they can't get them in a row, because where they're coming from, they do have a skeleton in the closet, or some of the paperwork is gone. The third way of receiving American citizenship is by soil. This means that you are born on American soil, no matter who your parents are, and that makes you an American citizen. Fine. Around the world, in diplomatic circles, this is known as jus soli. It's French, which for a long time was the diplomatic language of the world. About 30 countries honor jus soli. However, those countries are almost exclusively in the Western Hemisphere. In addition, of those countries, only 2 qualify under the UN as developed countries. The rest are either in development, war-torn, or somewhere in between economically. The 2 countries that qualify are the US and Canada. That's how you earn citizenship. So, how do you lose your citizenship after you've got it? Again, there are 3 ways. If you earn your citizenship through toil, naturalization, but you committed fraud, so you lied during the process, or someone else lied for you, or some of your paperwork was fake, and that's naturalization fraud, and you can be denaturalized. at which point you're deported back to your country of origin, depending on what the cause was and how malicious the intent was. You can start the process again, or you may be blackballed and you cannot start the process again. The other two kind of go together and can apply to any citizenship. That's treason and rebellion. If you become a spy for another country, then America can take away your citizenship. If you form a rebellion and intend to overthrow the American government violently, militarily, then the American government can take away your American citizenship. But these are the only ways to lose American citizenship involuntarily. The fourth way is voluntary. The fourth way is voluntary. The fourth way is called renunciation. In renunciation, you walk into an American State Department. You tell them, I want to renounce American citizenship. They give you paperwork to fill out. About 90 days later, if nothing goes wrong, then you're no longer an American citizen. However, that results in one of two things. Either you have already naturalized into another country and are now only a citizen of that country, or you are stateless. Statelessness means that no country is required to protect you, and any country can enforce its laws upon you. So you have no protection and are completely vulnerable. Not an excellent place to be. Other causes of statelessness include war or weird legal tricks after war. There are about 1 million people worldwide that are stateless. Finally, let's discuss this middle column. If you live abroad but are still an American citizen, then you're known as an expat, after the word expatriation, which means you have left your country of origin and are a citizen of a new country. Except that's not entirely true. You're still an American citizen unless you have renounced it. You still have the right to protection from the State Department. You still have the right to return to America. Dual citizens. Dual citizens. America recognizes that individuals may be citizens of America and another country. For these citizens, they need at least an American passport to get into and out of America. Often they need a passport from their second country into and out of. And if they are traveling to a third country, they may need visas for that country from both of their national countries. So how do you get dual citizenship? You can get dual citizenship by a combination of blood and soil. If your parents are, let's say, French nationals, and you are born in America, you are French by blood, so you'll become a French national, but you are also American by honor of being born on American soil. So you are both. And your parents cannot renounce your citizenship by birth on American soil for you. If you choose to do that, you would have to do that when you are 18. You can be in dual citizenship by honor of toil. Just because you have naturalized into America or into another country does not mean that you have renounced citizenship to your previous country or to America. Some countries do not honor dual citizenship. They either require you to renounce in order to become a citizen, or when you naturalize into America, you lose your citizenship in that country. But many countries, most of the developed world, does honor dual citizenship in this fashion. Finally, we have aliens. because not everybody in America is an American citizen. So an expat is an American living abroad. An alien is a non-citizen living in America. We allow 1 million immigrants into the country every year, seeking either full naturalization or various other visas. That is the highest absolute number of immigrants coming in, but because of the size of our country and the population number, that 1 million is only about 0.4% of our population, which makes us very low on the amount of immigrants we allow into our country relative to our size. However, more than 1 million come across every year. They are undocumented, and they are under the threat of being deported back to their country of origin every day they are here. So that's one kind of alien, undocumented. The second kind of alien is a resident non-citizen alien. This means that they have a permanent residency card. They have a career here, not just a job. They have a family here. They have a life here in America beyond a limited goal. The final one is non-resident aliens. Non-resident aliens have a time limit on their visa. They are not seeking citizenship. They have a singular purpose, and while they may form relationships outside of that, the entire reason for them being here is that purpose. Often this is a tourist visa, which is 30 days, a student visa, which is either 1 year, often for high schoolers, sometimes for college exchange students, 4 years, more likely for college exchange students, and may be extended if necessary, or they are here under a contract, and the time limit is related to what the contract is, which may be sociological, anthropological, cultural, research, or sharing of knowledge, or it could be the individual might be a scientist in the top of their field and they're coming to teach or to share knowledge or to conduct research. Those are the two main reasons why you would have a contract. Non-resident aliens and resident aliens, permanent non-citizens, as well as the undocumented, have most of the rights of an American citizen. School, police protection, emergency aid, most of the things that you deal with in day-to-day life. But there are some restrictions on any sort of alien, documented or undocumented. They cannot vote. They cannot run for office. They cannot hold most government jobs. Okay. They are also not eligible for jury duty. Not sure if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but they cannot serve on a jury. Finally, they must carry an ID with them. This is commonly called a green card. In our society today, moving outside your house with an ID is a smart decision, whether it is a driver's license, school ID, military ID, some form of picture identification helps in many situations. So, we covered citizenship, the 3 ways to get citizenship, the 4 ways you can no longer be a citizen, 3 of them involuntary, 1 voluntary, and a few other facts about citizens. Expats, citizens living abroad, dual citizens, citizens of more than 2 countries, and aliens, documented and undocumented. I'll see you in class.